terrorists. They unleash havoc and kill people. Those that are arrested, taken to court, the following day they are granted bail, or thereafter they are granted bail and they are back into the community again. So we are ruled by impunity. And there seems to be no political will to deal with the situation, because I believe that it is only when justice is administered to the various commissions of inquiries reports that are rusting in the government libraries, we will not see an end to this human carnage. To be honest with you, Ayo, I guess, you see, the problem basically is, yes, the problem basically is trying to redesignate criminals with either ethnic identities or community relations. There is nothing like harder harassment clashes on the Plateau. No. These are terrorists. They have their enclave, just like terrorists operating in Zamfara and elsewhere in the north. They steal cattle of people. They grab land. They operate a system in the bush that is a government. And these places are known. The security sometimes said, well, we couldn't do anything because there are no access roads. And I couldn't fathom that, because, I mean, in a technologically driven economy like ours, would the issue be that of access roads? What happens to drones and cameras? Other sophisticated gadgets of intelligence gathering? So if you sum up this, you will come back to this issue of lack of a political will. Because if the political will to deal with the situation is there, these people will be given their rightful designation. They are terrorists. There was no any farm or herders animals that were either rustled by the community or they trespassed into any farmland that resulted into this series of attacks we are hearing. Where they held sway as an enclave and they operate is ancestral land belonging to the natives of that place. They've sacked them out. Most of them are living in Bokos town and churches and schools. So if we must be very honest in dealing with the Plateau situation, first, we will have to stop pretending that it is harder farmers' clashes. No, at all. It is terrorism. It is genocidal because it has made the international definition of genocide. When a group of people attack another group with the intention of wiping them on the face of the earth, it is genocide. When you employ a policy of starvation and trying to use that to wipe a community or a group of people, is genocide. So what is happening is genocidal. Let us not be hiding about Ministry of Livestock. Ministry of Livestock cannot even do anything about this problem. The problem is for the federal government to designate these people with their rightful names, consider them criminals, and stop even attaching ethnic identity to them. Yes, predominantly, they belong to an ethnic nationality, predominantly. But I don't see them as operating in the overall interest of that particular ethnic nationality. Rather, they are criminals. And so if we do not treat them as criminals, we will miss the point and will continue to hold visits to Plateau State by government officials, and they will be on top of the situation while the criminals are on top of the situation.
Like I said, he's trying to be clever by art. It is called political correctness. the only tribe in Nigeria threatening the existence of indigenous people in Nigeria today. The only single tribe doing that is the Fulani terrorist tribe. Fulani tribe, or should I say the terrorists from the Fulani tribe in Nigeria. Maybe that's the right way to put it. The ideal thing, normally, right, is to see the prominent Fulanis. Ordinary Fulani people, right, you can excuse them, not completely, all right? But you can excuse them in the sense that sometimes they themselves have no idea the damages or the consequences of the action of a disarmed terrorist that everybody knows are Fulani terrorists in Nigeria. Apart from, the Kanuri, Hausa, and some other kind of like other group of terrorists that camped inside the Boko Haram. You see, in Boko Haram, right, you are going to see Fulani, Hausa, Kanuri, and a few other tribes like that, right, who are members of the terrorist or terror group. You see, that of the Fulani terrorist is a different ball game entirely. Okay? They have more than 100 different Fulani terrorist leaders in northern Nigeria. As we speak, only a few of them are prominent. When you're hearing about Bello Turuji, is prominent. Obaba is just 1 out of 100. All they have to do is just get themselves from Chad, from Niger, from Mali, group themselves as Fulanis who are supposed to normally be with cows, right? It's like they sold their cows for guns, right? So the elite, the Fulani elite, governors, so I heard that out of the 19 governors from the northern Nigeria and the middle belt part of Nigeria, you have 10 of them who are Fulanis. So they are elites who are ordinarily supposed to lead the charge and say, you know what, crush these criminals. They do not speak for us. They do not represent us. The moment they pick up arms, right, and they kidnapped people or killed people, that is it. They are what? They are terrorists. And then but no, they didn't do that. They are elites. You see minister, you will see governor, even your president, Bukwari, they were there rooting for them, gaslighting us that we should not call them, we should just call them bandits. They should do, that if we begin to ethnicize crime, sure you get that? If we begin to ethnicize crime, that everybody will just be like, there will be no solution. That's a lie. That's gaslighting. There's nothing called ethnicizing a crime here. We know those who are members of the Boko Haram. We know those who are members of the Fulani terrorists or terrorism. So it's as simple as that. There's no other tribe in any part of Nigeria going about and killing people on their own ancestral land or chasing them away. There's no other tribe. There's no other tribe asking for land. There's no other tribe in Nigeria pushing for waterway bill to give the lands to this Fulani. As if to say the Fulanis in Nigeria are displaced. You get what I mean? Yeah, they are nomadic. They are moving from one place to the other. Blah, 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 bullshit that people say, right? But they come from somewhere. If you are a Fulani in Nigeria, you must come from somewhere. You just don't exist in vacuum. If you're a Fulani in Nigeria, you come from somewhere. You came from somewhere. You are either from Sokoto or even in this middle belt part of this contraption. We have some places where somehow they've managed to corner for themselves, and they are now the owners of the place. Well, the owners are dead, of course. So why would you leave Sokoto, leave Kano, leave your Katsina, leave your your Sharia North, Zamfara, and begin to come down southern Nigeria and killing people on their farms, destroying their livelihood, and then turn around and say, oh, do you want to hate us? Why are you hating us? Because we are Fulani. I say, you mad? So their elite protects them. Their elite speaks for them. They root for them. They would rather go after you. They will say, you are preaching hate. And this never really solves anything because people know who are the perpetrators. In Benin, in Edo State, right, Iromi, that triggered some of these recent reactions, right? The people of Iromi, the vigilantes in Iromi, I think that was a few days ago, they had to go or protest, kind of like they protested to the governor and said that the governor should fight for them to have their guns back because they've taken their guns away. And now I don't know if this is before the incident that happened in Iromi or after, but when they call something systemic, this is what it means.
So I just wanted to go straight, sir, because yesterday people were on the street yesterday.
Yes,
so
yes,
today
yes.
now, we saw that, is it that people are here to work or you said until they answer you?
We are here until they answer us. Because we don't suffer for this work. Person like me, I'm 21 years in vigilante. Now, if you check this my hand, more than 15 bullets. They inside this my hand today. So, our divisional, we have been working with our police rifle, our divisional GPO. We work it on the station, any area we receive any call, we move to make sure so there's peace. When there's problem in Upper Sakmumba that our DPO pull out, the call of us, we bring our house to support it, to assist the DPO to make sure so there's peace at Upper Sakmumba. Now we don't collect our house. Anytime DPO call, not to assist, many things have been happening around the environment, around those states. So that is why we the vigilante, we have been trained, they train us how to shoot, how to drive, how to do many things. After our training, they give us our certificate. So when CP Padi come, he said, he want to repair Edo State. We respect him as a good citizen of Edo State. We use our hand, carry our hands, don't give back. After we don't give back, he come out for EBS. Man around time say, is it easy to collect 2,000 something gold from boys to recover? That's we are attached. We don't know what we are doing. That's why we the vigilante of Edo State will come out to beg our governor to come to our aid, to come and rescue us from the hand of our enemy. As we are saying now, many escape people we don't arrest. Before people for this thing, many of them don't come out. Our life is no longer safe. So we need our gun back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
From Edo State. Now, from that say Edo State, Esako, is that called Esako East? I mean, Esako West. I mean, Esako North. Here, you know, it's it's kind of like a poorly recorded, image. Okay, so I apologize. The image is very poor, but the voice is, or the audio is very clear. What it is like, to exist around the Fulani terrorist who also believes that they are above the law, the same law that is telling you that if you violate it, you get punished. It's the same law that these animals, right, will also tell you that they are above it. Here is an encounter that somebody captured for us from that same Edo State.
Good morning, Nigerians. I am in my hometown, Anegbete, in Esako Central Local Government. This is the net these kidnappers put on the highway so that when the vehicle or when any vehicle is coming, the net will just enter the vehicle, roll the tires, and probably the vehicle will not be able to run again. And the kidnappers will just come automatically. They will block the person and they will kidnap the person. So as at last night, there is this Fulani kidnapper, a boy, it's a Fulani by tribe, as I'm seeing him, because they have spoken to him. He said he's Fulani. Him and his gang, they tried to kidnap somebody who was coming to Anegbete last night. And the person, knowing fully well that things like that are about to happen, when he entered the net, he started driving with speed. And the speed was able to cut off the net, but one of them jumped on the vehicle, dragging the steering with the guy. And the man drove with speed, and he brought the guy to Anegbete because the guy held the vehicle very tight. When he brought the vehicle to Anegbete, fortunately, the vigilante group were able to block them. They were on duty. They were able to block. I think that's the chairman, it's Mr. Monday Osigala. They were both the vigilante group. They were on duty.
No,
and they blocked them
not around
that last night. And they were able to apprehend the guy. I'm going there right now. People will see the Fulani guy we are talking about. Funny enough, the funniest thing now is this: that when this guy was apprehended last night, he has been boasting that he has been to area command and that they have always released him. That criminals will never finish in Nigeria, and that no matter how they torture him, he is not going to say anything. So now you say no matter what the police do, you not go talk anything, Abi. You not go talk, and you go continue to the thief. You now continue to the kidnap people. Now so you not going to do like that. The head.
Even though they carry anything, they not go fit come.
They not go fit come where una dey.
They not fit shop that money. They not fit carry. They go kill Bature.
How many of una?
Now the one Jalil with my own second one. Now 3 will be.
Which bush una dey?
Now you know say now the same place we dey with the Jalil.
Who be Jale?
The one why they kill in Nebo, the one why they kill Bature, they carry Bature, they go Libya, go on Ethiopia, they say the one.
But na Nigeria be you be na Nigeria you be.
Me na Nigeria I be.
You be Nigeria. Which state?
Na where state where I dey.
Which state you be? Casino, be Kado, be where you be?
For both place. No be say na him na. Yesterday, no be here, they come and grab me. You see clothes why they carry.
Because what I am saying right now, before I finish this video, when this boy was apprehended by the vigilantes that were actively on duty last night, hold on, when they apprehended him, the room they kept him, they decided not to torture him, decided to just like lock him up in a room. Unfortunately, for the chairman of the vigilante, most of his direct food, plantain, I think dry plantain and some other things that were there. This boy messed them up, pee on them, practically defecated on all of them. Most of his clothes, most of the things that were there, they messed them up. And this boy is saying right now that no matter what they do to him, he is never going to confess. That they are deeply inside the bush, inside the forest, and that people cannot get there. You now, if they follow you, you feel carry people enter the forest, if you carry people enter the bush, you dey fear now to enter there. So if you go there now, they will kill you quick.
If you are there here, they not go feel. My neighbor they will come. Because I'm the second, they will come together. If they see me here now, they keep.
So this thing what una do last night, so he good, abi not good?
Me, I don't know, nothing myself.
Okay, they bring you corn, a cow they won't use you can't do before. But all of a sudden now you say they can't carry you and start kidnapping. They give you something in shop.
Fish. No, say me I know the shop fish. I can't be in come on that. Me I don't know say na I say him come. I say thank God.
So right now, people can see this is one of the kidnappers in Anegbete. Because of they had to bring him out because he messed up the room that he was kept. Thank you very much.
Like, what would you say to that? Do you think that, that guy was a kidnapper or somebody who is suffering from mental kind of, when you see these Fulani terrorists, every time they are caught, just every single time, they have always been looking raggedy, haggard, and sometimes they look like lunatics. That sometimes you have to ask yourself and say, wait, what happened to the millions, hundreds of millions of naira that they collect from people as ransom? Who are their sponsor? Who are those that actually takes these hundreds of millions of naira from them? Because they never really look better. They don't look any, they look dirty. They look, sick, kind of. And is very sane. Just in case if you are watching that video and somehow the humanity in you is somehow telling you that, oh, this guy looks like he's not mentally okay. Are they sure that this guy is a kidnapper and stuff like that? Well, if you have ever seen the videos of them being paraded, then you ask the same question like, what happened to the money? What happened to the money?